Hey everybody, and welcome back to Pre-Law Talk. My name is Joshua Garlick, and I will be your host. I'm a current BYU Idaho communications student who will soon be applying to law school. I created this podcast in order to inform students about important topics such as the LSAT, the application process, law school, and to give some advice. Alright, so last time we went over the personal statement, and hopefully you were able to join us for that because I gave some awesome advice and tips. If you haven't, you can go back and download it. You can download any of these episodes at any time, so go ahead and listen to them at your leisure as you're moving through this application process. This time we're going to be talking about fee waivers, and so there won't really be any order to it. I'll just dive in, so let's do this. Alright, so a fee waiver is simply a dismissal from having to pay the normal application fee to a specific law school. So each law school charges you anywhere from $50 to $70 to accept your application, and a fee waiver simply removes that application fee. It's nice, because then you can apply to a bunch of schools for free. I know what you're asking yourself right now, hopefully. How do I receive them? Well, guess what? I'll tell you. Just hang on. Alright, so there are essentially three ways that you can receive fee waivers, generally. Number one, they will send you a code to your email that you applied for in your LSAC account. So these are the emails that you should be signed up for whenever you created that LSAC account. Or they may simply state that they have removed their fee waivers until a specific date. So as long as you apply before then, you won't be charged. So that's really nice. A lot of schools are doing this, actually. You should note that. Many schools are doing this because enrollment is so low and they need applicants. They want people to come to their law schools, and so they want you to apply for free and see just how much you can earn. Another note is that law schools are sent your LSAT score and may offer you fee waivers because of how well you've done. I've heard that receiving a fee waiver from a school is a good indication as to whether or not they might also offer you scholarships. Depending on the school, those scholarships might vary, but it's a good indicator if they're giving you a free application fee waiver, that they want to see your application and that they want to send you something that will say, full tuition, paid for, please come to our school, because they really want you. So that's just something to keep in mind. Let's move on to number two. Alright, number two, you can receive these fee waivers at law expos. So if you go to, they do law expos at different campuses throughout the U.S., so if you go to one of these expos that are happening in your area at a university near you, you can normally go around to the booths and ask the law schools for fee waivers, and they will have them, either on a piece of card or on a card that will have a code that you can use whenever you're applying to that school, or they'll just say, our fees are waived till such and such a date. So if you haven't got an email from someone, you can reach out to them there. Law expos are a great place to look for those extra fee waivers that you might be looking for. Let's move on to number three. Number three, ask the specific school you want to receive a waiver from. So you might email the admissions office to see whether or not they will send you one. Some things to kind of consider. Don't count on all schools to give you a fee waiver. It's kind of out of the generosity, the kindness of their heart, or their need for applicants, truthfully. So some schools just don't care, and they won't give you a fee waiver. I mean, don't fret over it. So don't expect some of the higher ranked schools especially to give you them. They don't really care. Just remember, $50 to $70 is change compared to the loans that you will owe by the end of law school. So, you might want to keep that in consideration. My advice to you, apply to all the law schools that will give you a fee waiver automatically. Just do it. Because you might as well see what's out there and what's being offered. You might end up going to a school that you weren't thinking about because of an offer that you're given. So if they're giving you free waivers, apply. And to those that you most want to attend, apply to those as well. And maybe do a couple more. You might as well apply to as many places as you possibly can and see the best options that you have for law school. Because essentially, they're all teaching you the same thing. They may be in different areas, but they're all going to teach you basically the same thing no matter where you go to law school. So just something to keep in mind. Next time we'll be talking about addendums, and I believe that this will be our last episode of part 2, which is the application process. After that, we'll be moving on to law schools and advice. So we're almost done with part 2, guys. Hang in there. And then we'll move on to part 3 and get you some good advice about these law schools and what to recognize. So we'll hopefully hear from you next time. See you around. Special shout out to bensounds.com. Thanks, Ben Sounds, for all this free royalty-free music. Peace.